Two babies. Same mom, same dad, same birthday. Yet one is babbling up a storm while the other is still taking it in. Sound familiar? Today we're unpacking why those tiny early gaps between twins pop up and why they usually fade before you know it. First, picture the early years not as a race, but as a construction site. Brains are laying down floors of connections, one experience, one word, one cuddle at a time. Now, even in the most loving home, the experience menu for a twin is a little different from that of a solo act. Why? Because parents of twins are busy running two simultaneous projects on very little sleep. Meanwhile, when a single baby arrives after twins, the household is already humming. Routines are set, toys are everywhere, and there's constant chatter from the older kids. So researchers asked, does that different starting line change how skills show up? And if it does the gap stick around? Here's the clever part. Instead of comparing twins to random singletons, the team found hundreds of families who had both, a set of twins, and then a younger single baby. Same genes, same parents, same living room, but not the exact same timing. That design wipes away most of the usual, "yeah, but what about income or parenting style?" questions, and lets us zoom in on what's unique about the twin experience itself. What did they see? A subtle shifting pattern. At ages 2 and 3, the twins were a tad behind their younger siblings in language, problem solving, and fine motor skills. Think stacking blocks or turning pages. On paper, we're talking a couple of months difference. Small, but it showed up again and again, no matter if the twins were identical, fraternal, boys or girls. Now, before you say, "But twins are born early," the researchers thought of that. They adjusted for prematurity so a 34-week twin wasn't compared straight across to a 40-week singleton. Even after that correction, the pattern held. Fewer words, simpler puzzles, a little less precision with tiny tasks. The key point is practice. Skills like chatting, puzzling, or carefully turning a page grow in the quiet one-on-one moments. And those moments are harder to come by when you've got two little humans asking for the very same lap. Parents of twins tell the story best. Their days revolve around logistics: feed, wipe, strap into car seats, repeat. The luxuries that turbocharge early skills, following one child down a rabbit hole of why questions, are rarer, simply because there's another child who also needs socks, snacks, or snuggles right now. But, and this is big, twins come with their own built-in social gym. They watch, mimic, and eventually negotiate with each other all day long. That constant peer coaching seems to pay off. As the children marched toward kindergarten, the scores of the twins crept closer and closer to those of their siblings until, statistically, the gap almost disappeared. Let that sink in for a second. So it's less about permanent disadvantage and more about timing. Same garden, same soil, just two saplings whose roots bump into each other before spreading out. They still reach the same height, it just takes a bit longer to thicken the trunk. You'll spot the pattern in everyday life. Read one bedtime story to a single toddler, and you can pause for questions, use silly voices, and name every doodle on the page. Read to twins, and you're juggling lap changes, mid-story negotiations, maybe even a quick toy rescue mission. Over months, that trims the number of rich language moments per child. It's not a crisis, just a different pacing. So where does that leave researchers? They're now zeroing in on the finer points. Which twin-specific experiences help? Which slow things down? And when do tiny tweaks matter most? Think of it like adjusting the lanes so runners with a staggered start all cross the finish line together. And for families? The news is empowering, not alarming. Small intentional moves can smooth out those early differences. 1. Rotate solo time, one-on-one breakfast on alternate days. 2. Let each twin take turns leading routines like toothbrushing or story choice. 3. Hand teachers a quick twin profile so each child's voice comes through. It's like fine-tuning a mixing board. Little clicks make the vocals pop. So here's what we covered today. First, early twin gaps are real but modest, about a couple of months in language, thinking, and fine motor skills. Second, those gaps show up even after adjusting for prematurity, meaning the twin dynamic itself plays a role. Third, the differences shrink as twins approach school age, thanks in part to their built-in peer coaching. Fourth, small focused tweaks, solo time, turn-taking, teacher briefings, can help twins catch the rhythm even sooner. The takeaway? If you're raising twins, don't panic. Instead, tune in. Notice how they chat, how they play, how they handle tiny tasks. Then use what you see to sprinkle in a bit more one-on-one practice. You've already got the ingredients, now it's just about timing the stir. Until next time, keep those little construction sites humming, and remember, every floor eventually gets built.